Good morning, all of you. I am Professor C.K. Sridhar, Associate Professor and HOD, Department of Civil Engineering. Department of Civil Engineering. Right now, I am discussing about the different topics to be covered in the present session, particularly the introduction to irrigation, benefits of irrigation, ill effects of irrigation. So before going to that, I want to discuss a little bit the hydrology portion, what you have covered so far, and what is the benefits of hydrology, what is the benefits of irrigation. Basically, the understanding of hydrology means it is understanding of the water existence, how the water is existed, and what is the cycling of water. Hydrology, it is hydro and logy. So hydro means water and logy means a study. A study of water, you call it as hydrology. So it is a what you call as science. Basically, it is a science, and engineering is the application of this science, which is made use of for our civil engineering practices, particularly finding out the total quantity of water which is available on the surface of the earth surface, basically, and it is made use for various purposes. Now water is very much essential for human being, and as you know that after air the water is most essential, and it is the one which is used for many purposes, not only domestic but various purposes like irrigation or commercial or industrial or anything of that kind. And this lot of hydrological cycle you have studied. You have studied many of the unit hydrographs and other things into that. And also, you have so many numerical examples also you have solved from the last 2 months, and you have understood that how to estimate the total runoff of the surface runoff of the water from the different engineering aspect. Now coming to the what you call as irrigation. So what is irrigation? Why it is very important for us everyone? So irrigation is particularly the artificial method of supplying water to grow crops. Now, as far as civil engineering is concerned, it is a lot of irrigation structures being built, particularly the structures like dam, canals, distributary canals, etc., etc. So now, what is the engineering skill is required? The engineering skill is required basically in terms of the design aspect, the design of entire design of the dam, design of the dam, and the design of distributary canals, design of the major canals, aqueducts, barrages, etc., etc. And these structures are to be designed based on the requirement of the irrigation water, requirement of the purpose, and requirement of the various aspects involved. Now, coming to this point is what is irrigation? Irrigation is nothing but the basic understanding of what you call as uh, artificial supply of water to grow crops. Now, as why this artificial method is adopted to grow crops. So in the Indian context, particularly in Indian context, you will just see to that major what you call as cultivation of crops has been done mainly earlier, not now, earlier. It was done through rainwater itself. But as the civil engineering has been developed, civil engineering aspect is developed in terms of construction of dams and other distributory canals and other structures, which is very much essential for supply of water. The lot of what you call as lot of improvements have been carried out, and mainly right now we are depending upon the irrigation aspect. Not only that, the irrigation is made use for our what you call as the crop development, but also hydel projects. You must be knowing hydroelectric power generation has been done from the irrigation also. And the commencement of what you call as before commencement of this hydroelectric power generation, I mean thermal and other things, hydro power generation was only the main sources of power generation. Now we are having nuclear power generation, and we are having thermal power generation, and so on. And right now, in India particularly, thermal power generation is another source of power generation. So as far as the irrigation is concerned, you just see that many things which is what you call as which is made use for the purpose of the water supply for the growth of the crops. Now, why it is useful for the mankind? How it is useful for the mankind? So, as a human being, we are very much depends upon the what you call vegetations and the different crops. Like it may be a sugar cane, it may be what you call as cotton, it may be a rice, it may be jawar, or it may be anything of that kind. So for that, the fertile land is required, and for anything to develop, in order to develop the crop, we need what you call as the water, the fertile land, the water, and the heat of sun. So these are the main resources for the generation of the crop. But you can see that when the fertility is not there and there is no water is there, it is very difficult to the grow crops. And now the importance of irrigation you should understand mainly in the region where you will see that less rainfall is there, intensity of rainfall. Why it is important? Because of the where the intensity of rainfall lies below 300 millimeter per annum. So usually in India, the rainfall intensity is between 300 millimeter to 1000 millimeters. Is a requirement for the growing of crops. So in that direction, the irrigation is a very important aspect, which is very important. The irrigation means it is artificial methodology we are adopting for the supply of water to grow crops. And one thing, and how you are doing it, what are the structures you are making use of, what are the structures you are making use of. So mainly for the irrigation, you have to build a dam. So dam is one which is a retaining wall. You should know that one. It is a retaining hydel retaining wall, which is very much essential for the retain the entire reservoir, and which accumulates so much of water, huge quantity of water. For that, you have to make a lot of survey work and runoff water, runoff water quantity, and all those things. So that is a different technical aspects. But as far as the what you call as irrigation structures, the dam is a very important thing. And another thing is that canal. Once you retain the water beyond its surface, we can have a storage of water in a large amount, and it will serve the storage. Then the supply of water for the different areas where there is a lack of water during the entire year, and that is supplied where and when when it is necessary. And that is a very important thing you should observe here, that irrigation is one of the tool we can make for the overall development of the not only the land development but also the economy of the country. This what you call as this field of engineering. So hydro electric power generation is one aspect, irrigation is one aspect for the growth of the crops, and the irrigation and hydrology is both together. It is coming under one umbrella that is called as water resources. So now you are studying now what you call as surface water, surface in the sense which is the water which is flowing on the surface. Okay, and that is rainwater. So now that is subgrade what or the subbase or the groundwater is another field of water resources. Okay, and now what we are focusing on, that the importance of irrigation. So now the importance is that it is land cultivation is which is done, and the land cultivation is very much required where the non-uniform rainfall is happening. And sometimes there is a heavy rainfall, sometimes no rainfall, and sometimes medium rainfall. And altogether, on an average, if it is lying between somewhere 300 mm to 1000 mm, then you can say that is a normal intensity. Otherwise, we can say that the deficient rainfall in a certain area. So if there is a deficient rainfall, then the irrigation plays a very important, and we call it as a vital role in the overall development of the crop. Now, the another aspect you can say that the controlled water supply, that is very important. What do you mean by controlled water supply? Means it is nothing but it is not, we can say that it is not surplus, or it is not a deficient. It is optimal. It is optimal what you call as supply of water for the growth of growth of the crops. So for this, once again, I call it as the irrigation is the tool for this one. Irrigation is nothing but it is the art technology what we're employing to grow crops. Now, the rain is the main source. All these things, the rain is the main source. The rainwater is converted to surface, that is surface water. Surface water is stored through the irrigation structures like dam, and it is the other supporting structures like canals, distributory canals, and distributaries, and all those things. So these structures, which helps us to supply the water for a larger area, and we can build a lot of we can grow crops. And this mechanism, this overall artificial mechanism, we call it as irrigation. So irrigation engineering is a very large area of civil engineering itself, and it comes under the main umbrella of water resources engineering. Now, the importance of what is irrigation, what is the importance of irrigation? These two are very important the aspects of today's lecture. And also the other aspect is that how it can be benefited, in what way it can be benefited. So just here, one of the benefits what we can achieve is a control water supply. Now, when you apply the water, there are so many different methodologies are there, methods are there for the supply of water. What we call as irrigation, artificial supply, what we call as irrigation. For that, drip irrigation, or it may be subsurface irrigation, or it may be sprinkler irrigation, or whatever may be. So these are different varieties of irrigation is there. So these irrigation methodologies that we can discuss in a different classes, and we can go in depth for that one. So now let us go to the next benefits. One is increase in food production. Now, what we have seen that what is irrigation, what are the benefits of irrigation, and what are the structures which is coming out of it. And under the benefits of irrigation, one we have seen that which is called as controlled water supply. That is one thing, and increase in food production. You know that the food production is a very important what you call as the aspect of living, and because of this only all we live. This is very important terminology what we are using. Food is very, very important. So those who are living mainly live many of the what you call as population of India lives only on this agriculture, and they produce many of the crops, like it may be jawar, or it may be rice, or it may be wheat, or whatever may be. Now, some of the crops, which is we call it as commercial crops, like cotton, it may be sugar cane, or whatever may be. So these kind of what you call as crops, they comes under commercial crops. Commercial means that can be made use for commercial purposes. Okay, and the increase in the food production is one of the major benefits from the irrigation. So the particularly where the zone which is affected by the famine, where you can have very less water supply, or a very less what you call as rainfall. In such areas, the irrigation helps in the development and in the major food production. And moreover, we can see that the cultivation of this land is done through, these are the methods. The methods, or is one is the method is that this is the irrigation is one of the method, and of course it is broadly classified under the water resource itself. That we should not forget that one. The next is protection from famine. So already we know that because of the lesser the lesser rainfall during that time, the water is mainly required for the grow crops. During that time, we call it as the famine, where there is a fewer rainfall. In such cases, we can see that the irrigation helps in the production of the crops. And particularly the rainy season happens to be between June and October, and remaining 8 months in a year, it is the role of civil engineers to accumulate this water in a large quantity, and this entire water, which is used for the supply of many kinds of the purposes. Particularly when you talk about, it may be you talk about the production of crops. That is one way. Another way is a hydel project. So hydel project is another big thing. So I will give one of the practical example in this case. Many of people living in southern Karnataka, where Mandya, you must be knowing it. Mandya is a district where it is complete. Mandya district is cultivated only because of Krishnaraj Sagar Dam, which is built by Sir M. Vishwesvaraya. Because of this dam, the entire Mandya district is totally cultivated, and it is made irrigated with the help of this KRS dam, and entire area was very much cultivated, and you just see that all the crops, many of the crops, rotation crops are there. So many commercial crops are there. So one is very happy. The people are very happy in that area only because of the purpose is which is solved through construction of irrigation structures like dam and canals. So that is one aspect, protection from the famine, and another is cultivation of cash crops. So as I mentioned, cultivation is another aspect of cultivation of cash crops, another factor which is involved in the irrigation. So from the irrigation, we can cultivate the cash crops in the form of either sugar cane, or it may be cotton or anything of that kind. So that is, I am giving some of the examples here. There are so many examples we can give as far as the cash crops is concerned. So only thing is the cash crops is converted to what you call as through that the export what you call as through export, the revenue is generated, and the Indian economy is boosted. So this the irrigation, not only it is solving the basic requirement of the food production, but also it also involves in the development of revenue, development revenue, and this revenue which will help us in the GDP of the country. So therefore, the cash crops is one of the basic idea involved in the cultivation through irrigation. Now, generation of hydroelectric power. So hydroelectric power, which is the main source of power before the invention of thermal power generation and nuclear power generation. So hydroelectric power, which is generated, how it is generated. So one should understand this mechanism. The power generation mainly comes only because of the rotation of turbines. Now, to rotate the turbines, we have to have the what you call as high pressure water. The high pressure water is when it is possible. It is possible when there is a potential head. So this potential head is created through this construction of dam. So therefore, the irrigation is one part where you can grow crops, but also we can have the power generation, and power generation is very important right now because of the many demands in the different areas. It may be commercial, it may be industrial, it may be what you call as whatever may be the aspects, or domestic purposes or anything of that kind, where the power is very much this power generation is mainly focused on many aspects right now through the different aspects. One of the aspects is this hydroelectric power, and similarly, we have got another aspect is thermal power, where the coal is burned, the heat is made use for the to convert the water into steam, and steam is once again made use high what you call as pressured steam, which rotates turbines, which results into generation of the power. So similarly, there are so many technologies or engineering aspects is involved in the generation of electricity. So hydel power generation is one of the area where we were focusing since many years. But right now, we are the different countries, advanced countries are diverting, because right now what is happening is, although there are fewer resources are available, because when there is a fewer resources, we have to switch on to some other resources. Therefore, so when the water scarcity is there, when there is lesser rainfall, then we have to think about some other resources, renewable resources. So right now, solar energy is one of the new concept. Not new concept, already it is becoming old. But right now, one can focus on solar energy for the power generation. That is another aspect there. But on an large, we can say, by and large, we can say that hydroelectric power is one of the aspect we can consider through your irrigation. That is one thing. Now, the another can go for domestic and industrial water supply. So you know that the distributary canals, we have got this distributary canals, which is very much dominant in supplying water to the industries. Now the industry, as I said, industry needs huge amount of water for their production. So therefore, the industries plays very important role in the overall economy. This is a very important concept. Now, as a country like India, we have to have the industrialization. That is most important thing. So, which is very, very important as far as the overall development of the country. Now, for that, the irrigation is the what you call as the basic thing, basic need for the industrialization. Now, basically the industries, some of the industry, chemical industry, it may be chemical industries or anything of that kind. So, which needs what you call as water supply. So, this water supply, a continuous water supply is very much necessary throughout the year. That is only possible through your the construction of irrigation structures. So irrigation is possible through irrigation structures. You should remember this one. Irrigation is a tool. For that, we require some of the irrigation structures. So irrigation structure is it is a result of civil engineering skill. So civil engineering skill is made use for the development of the what you call hydel what you call as irrigation structures, and irrigation structures leads to power generation and other things. And not only that, it's we can supply the water for the various purposes. Now, domestic and industrial water supply is the major thing one can have this one. So now inland navigation. So navigation is, see, when there is a huge, you can see that some of the canals, large canals, which is there, which can be generated through this what you call as irrigation, and we can have navigation in that from one end to another end. So what you call as, this is another area. Of course, there is fewer scope is there as far as this, but it is not that much important as such. We can for it is not leading to any higher level of the revenue or anything of the kind. So inland navigation is another aspect, very simple aspect is there, so that we can concentrate on that. Improvement in groundwater storage, that is very, very important. So because of the continuous flow of water or continuous water storage in the surrounding, that the area is the groundwater table rises up, and because of that the ground storage will also be improved. Now you can see that particularly during the summer season, when there is no rainfall is there, then naturally the water table goes down, and this affects the crop development. Now because of this artificial supply, that is irrigation, which improves the groundwater table and ground storage, naturally from that we can see that which results into the growth of crops and vegetation. This helps us in the what you call as helps us in the generation of crops. So this is very, very important. Not only that, some of the areas because of the areas where the groundwater table it is going far below. Such areas that can be improved through irrigation techniques. Now, coming to the very simple aspects like prosperity of the people and general development. So, these two are the some of the areas. It is generally what you can say that is a result of your irrigation, and through irrigation, and the people can grow whatever the commercial crops or whatever. Through that, they will be prosperity can be achieved, and you just see that their economic levels are improved. Due to that, there are a lot of revenue generation is there, and the economy and per capita income is also improved, and the economy of the country's overall development that can happen. So therefore, the prosperity is another area that which is benefited from the irrigation. And general development is, once again, it is coming to the indian Indian concept, or Indian as a as a nation. We can have the overall growth, but as far as the Indian context is there, you can see that our economy was mainly it was mainly dependent on the irrigation and crop development only. But right now we are switching on to different areas. But you can see that different areas like industry and other things, the revenue mainly depends on the different what you call as, it may be industrial production, or it may be a software production, whatever may be. So therefore, you can see that overall growth of the country is achieved through the different aspects here, and mainly the irrigation is one of the field we can think of for the growth of the country. So the prosperity of the people results into the growth of the nation. That is the verdict we can make. Now, I don't consider the ill effects of irrigation because this is a certain negativity which is involved in that. It is hardly we can believe. The irrigation, basically civil engineering is the field of engineering, or anything of that field of engineering, which is involves in the solution of the certain problems. But here, this is very minor ill effects. Already it is involved, included in the syllabus, but it is not that much important. We should not consider this as the major effect, but it is very slight effect is there. So if water is it is unscientifically we are making use, then there are a lot of effects like waterlogging. Waterlogging is another ill effect which cuts the air supply to the roots. That is one of the thing. And also it forms the breeding for the mosquitoes, and not only the place for many of the many of the uh, small small place for what to call as animals, which leads to unhealthy situation. So breeding a place for the mosquitoes, which leads to spreading of the diseases. So this is also possible, but I don't consider this as the major ill effects, or it is very small minor effect will be there for any proposals. There will be negativity in that. Any negativity is there. So here is one of the negativity is that breeding place for mosquitoes. That is one of the thing. Therefore, I consider this as overall the ill effect as not the major what you call as the what you call as negativity in the field of civil engineering. But the major aspects of irrigation, that is the most important thing, and we should only concentrate on the what you call as civil engineering aspect, the construction of different irrigation structures which are benefited in the different fields, like it may be crop development, or it may be hydel projects, or it may be what you call as it may be economy of the country and the overall growth of the country. So I think with this I conclude my talk, and with this we end this lecture. Thank you.